Yeah. Take two. All right. Welcome, Guardians. Welcome to the first victory pod of the year. This episode, we're going to talk about home opener win for FC Dallas, a loss in Carolina for Trinity, and much more here on Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Okay, gentlemen, I would ask you how your weekend was, but we kind of all know how it was. It was a drunken stupor, and only Hubert was mad enough to actually sleep on the ground. Me and Dennis are bed prince or mattress queens, as they like to call them. So it's all good. We're gonna get some housekeeping.
How dare you want to sleep indoors?
I know, right? Let's get some housekeeping done before we start. Before we go anywhere, like, share, subscribe on this video, comment, thumbs up. Follow us at Dallas Guardians for everything, where you can see all the things we're into, all the things we're going to get into, all the legal things that we can tell you about. But yes, so that's our first.
Hey, there's probably going to be some sick photos coming out soon on these. So
yep,
yes, for sure. I'm editing a couple of videos, so let's start off with that. Second housekeeping note: jerseys are in. If you ordered a jersey, yes, if you ordered a jersey, come to the tailgate. We will have them ready for you. If you ordered delivery, we should get those shipped out here within the next week or so. But so keep a heads up for that.
They'll be out by midweek.
Yeah, so jerseys are here. Awesome. If you want one of these sweet kits, you can order on the next order, which we should get ordered before the end of March, I'm thinking, or once we hit a quantity, we'll let you know. That's why you have to follow us at Dallas Guardians on everything. So
go ahead and get
coming up quick. If you want one, do it.
Yeah, get those orders in right now, because that list is getting up there pretty quickly. So the next order should be going in soon.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Third order of the day. There we go. We want to thank, I know from everyone in leadership, Vice President is here, me and Hubert are directors. We want to thank all the legends of the game and the co-owner of the team for coming out for our 24-hour. It was a hell of a show. This is probably the biggest one we've had in multiple years. COVID gave us a little hiccup, but we're getting back to where we supposed to be, where we used to be, where we should be. So shout out to Dan Hunt, Kenny Cooper, who's always there every year with donuts. Matt Hedges, stop. Oh.
No, I was going to talk about Matt Hedges as well. Sorry, I was going to say, as far as I'm aware, he had no obligation to come by. So that's really sick that he came by. And sincerely, thank you, Dan Hunt, for coming out again.
Yes, none of them had obligations to come. We invited them all. Always an open invitation for any tailgate that we host. Kenny showed up with breakfast as always. We want to thank him. This is multiple years now he's been doing this. Logan stopped by the last 2 years, I think, and Maddie, we found out is now the coach, or is now coaching or help coaching the U14s.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So
he was on his way to a game when he stopped in.
Yeah, in a sweet Mustang Mach-E X version, so the one with the big horsepower. So yeah,
what a legend.
Yeah,
hey, who's that guy in the middle picture with FC Dallas legend Tanner Knoll?
We call him the supporter wrangler. So Tanner was there.
I want to say thanks, Tanner, for coming out. I think like 5 times.
Yeah,
yes,
easily.
Yes. Don't mind us. We did throw away the Dasani because who drinks that piss water? But yes, we want to thank everyone who came out. We want to thank Dan. We want to thank Dan for the opportunity to even support a team here in North Texas. So it was a great time. It was a great experience. Anyone, you want to give a quick rundown of your thoughts of 24-hour before we move on? We're trying to.
Dennis, you go.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, this was an undertaking, right? There was a lot of work that went into this. Shout out to our tailgate chair. Stefan really, really put his ass into this, man. We put a lot of work into this. There was a lot of back and forth and logistics coordination, everything else, but everything mostly went off without a hitch. We had some trouble figuring out the new CO2 regulator and making sure that was all working fine, but we had plenty of Peticolas. We had Brunt Distillery come down. He was hanging out all night, all day with us. We had a great time with those guys. What did I say?
Brunt.
Damn it again!
You keep doing it.
I keep getting that wrong.
That's like my own personal Tacoma. On their name. That's all.
Bent Distillery came down. He was hanging out with us all night. Jacob was out there all night, all morning. We were doing some breakfast shots. We had the folks over at Dallas Tifo Market came and set up in the afternoon. That was a lot of fun. Just seeing those kids. I made a purchase. I bought a really cool throwback Italy jacket from their third star.
3 stars on it.
3 stars on it. Yeah, real cool old school Puma jacket. That was awesome. Shout out to G, had the music going all night. Cece's Pizza with 100+ pizzas. We had pizza coming out of our eyeballs. It was crazy, right? There was so much food. There was so much drink. EM coming to hang out late at night. Ryan Figert, Garrett Meltzer. We had some great folks from around the club and adjacent to Dallas Soccer that were just all out there hanging out with us at night, in the morning. And the big dog Logan Farrington showed up. Much like last year, Logan showed up in the morning during 24-hour tailgate, had a cup of coffee with us, and then went on to score a goal in the opener. So I don't know. There might be something to that, but just an all-around great event, and I'm just so glad we were able to put this together. Shout out to our sponsors, Petacolis, Roller Town, and everybody else that was involved. If I forgot to mention you, please bring it up, and we'll make sure we get a special post out for you.
Yeah, for me, I just want to say shout out to the other 5 sickos who decided to camp out. It was a great time. The weather was pretty good until the wind picked up in the morning. Yeah. Hey, the club was super helpful. I think they helped a lot of this go smoothly, and the other groups came, did their thing. The food was great. I think Dennis pretty much covered everything. So yeah, move on.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. But yes, once again, thanks for everyone's hard work and leadership. Bailey for having the soju station, Cameron for finally getting
soju.
Getting the beer station working efficiently. Yeah, it didn't go out without a hitch. I mean, we have some internal stuff we need to work out, but other than that, we want to thank everyone who came out. The food was awesome. Murga brought some street tacos, and those bad boys went down like.
Hey, all the food, especially on Saturday, was fantastic.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So we want to shout everybody out. The DJs, the multiple DJs, maybe too many DJs.
Shout out Charlie too for Charlie put in work on our grill. EM had some great food out there too. It all came together really well.
Like have butterscotch whiskey pancakes.
Butterscotch whiskey pancakes, breakfast shots, all the above.
Yeah, the only person who didn't cooperate was Mother Nature. That wind almost destroyed another tent.
No, seriously, luckily, that was a nightmare.
We got it done. All right, we're going to jump in here, gentlemen. The big news, the big story of this pod is for sure. We opened
the records that we picked. Yes,
for sure. Damn, we did it again. All right, record of the day, guys.
It happens, man. It happens. We're at
hold on. Here we go. Record of the day.
Magic of editing.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump in here. I have Maroon 5.
Oh, that's a classic.
Songs About Jane. Dope record. Love this record.
Modern classic, I'll call it.
Yes, one of my wife's favorite. This is before they went pop, really pop anyway. But yeah. So the dope record. Songs About Jane. That's my.
I mean, you got to give Maroon 5 credit because they're pop, but they low-key also helped create what the pop is now. So.
No, I agree. You just always have to give shit when you become mainstream.
Absolutely.
No matter what it is. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then there's the Instagram messages, but we can ignore that right now.
Definitely transgenders.
All right. So who is going to use one of the records they got this weekend, gentlemen? Dennis, what do you have today?
Man, I dug this out of that crate you pulled out. Greatest Johnny Cash, man. This thing is in great shape. It's got a little.
Look at that classic design on that.
I know this is just awesome. I pulled this out of slipcover a little bit so you can see. This doesn't reflect too well. But yeah, this is old school Johnny Cash. Goodbye, little darling. I forgot to remember to forget. I can never be ashamed of you. Hey, good looking. This is a great one. This is I don't know where the year is listed on here, but this is a great throwback. I can't wait to throw this in. Shout out to Marcus for bringing out an entire case of vintage Johnny Cash, Elvis, Beatles. I think there was some Connie Francis in there. There was some stuff out there that was incredible. So I appreciate you letting us dig through those crates.
Yeah, for sure. Hubert, what you got today?
Yeah, for me, last week I said don't focus so much on the specific album, focus on the artist. I'm doing the same thing today because I don't have the actual album I would shout out. But I did Chris Christopherson's Jesus Was a Capricorn. I bring this one up because he's from the era when, people call him country. I personally think he's more folk than country, but he's from an era of that kind of outlaw country and stuff where they were ACAB. You know what I mean?
Like, real outlaw country.
Like real outlaw stuff. I would say if you're going to find a song to listen to by Chris Christopherson, go check out The Laws for Protection of the People. Like, it is old school folk, F the police kind of stuff. Like, yeah, go enjoy him. Also, like, up to the end, he stuck to his values. So shout out to Chris Christopherson.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Cowboy shit.
So we got Maroon 5, Songs About Jane, Chris Christopherson, and he was the actor in Blade, right?
I don't remember.
I think that was Chris Kirkpatrick.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Different. I know. I was trying to make it.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Dennis. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Sorry, I'm bad. I'm bad at actors. I remember the time that he hugged Sinead O'Connor after everybody turned their back on her.
Yes. He's a legend as well too. Country singer, actor. And we have the legend, the man in black, Johnny Cash. Always good recommendations. And I want to shout out Zazie, who almost got away with an album I missed, the Beatles' White Album that she always snuck away with. So, yeah, her mistake for telling me.
To be fair, it was really windy. Zazie almost blew away.
That's good at taking it, yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to jump in here. Now we're going to jump in with the season opener.
3 points.
Yes, FC Dallas 3, Toronto 2. Shallowy came in and almost ruined the party like he always did.
Classic against us. The minute they subbed him in, man, I was like, oh no.
No, that guy's pretty legendary. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the atmosphere. It was a full house. They gave away red flags. They came to the tailgate and gave away red flags, but that definitely added to the atmosphere. Obviously. With the covering on the other side, you can already hear the increase in sound amplification in the stadium, especially when the pyro went off. A couple of people jumped.
Yeah.
So, the cannons, that was sick.
I saw people look up behind them, like, what's going on?
Yeah, you can tell who grew up in a nice, safe neighborhood and who hears gunshots on a regular basis. I was like, oh, fireworks. Yeah.
Hey, and the lighting of the field was phenomenal from the new lighting.
Yes,
holy cow.
Oh, I think once they get the lights on the other side, they'll be able to make the lights go on and off and do some cool stuff. I wonder if we'll do red out like Austin does green out when they score.
I mean, everyone does it now, so I assume they will.
Yeah, so hopefully they actually paid the extra to get the RGW lights and not just the white. Yeah, you'd think, right? All right, anyway, so we're gonna jump into this
and put it up there.
Yeah, we're gonna jump into this right quick. Obviously, everything we expected from this team happened in this game, right? We have the firepower up front, we have our MVP, and we have our defensive woes.
Yeesh.
So where do we want to jump in here first? Dennis, you want to give me your thoughts right quick on how you felt this game went?
Well, first of all, the atmosphere was incredible, right? It was the vibe was there. The stadium has a big fight feel to it. It's a lot of fun being there. But MUSA, man of the match, easily 2 goals and an assist. He assisted Farrington's, and Farrington gave one back to him. These guys are playing off each other really well. It's a goofy name that Ryan Figert and the agenda guys are giving him, the perfect Parrington, but it works, right? It's a goofy name. It's kind of lame, but it's also kind of funny, right? I mean, look, there are a lot of good takeaways. This team is aggressive. They're attacking. The vertical aggression we keep hearing about from Quill was there, right? They got up there. They were up there constantly, right? There was a lot of pressure. There were a couple bad plays at the back. Georgi Mihailovic is going to do Georgi Mihailovic things. I think Kolodi looked good. He could have had a better game, but I mean, what are you going to do when you go one-on-one with Mihailovic, right? That's one of those things that you just can't. that was, Shaq slid out on that and was completely gone. All in all, I think this was a good game, and I think it's showing flashes of things coming together. And I also think we played a Toronto squad that is going to be very good and probably going to be a hell of a lot better than they were this week at some point in the very near future. And I'm glad we got them early and not later in the season.
I've watched Major League Soccer long enough to know that that's not true. Toronto will never get a good team together, regardless of what they do.
They just spent $22 million for Josh Sargent.
Yeah, they've done that before. So
they have a MLS Cup and we don't. So
fair enough.
And another MLS
all
Cup
I know is Toronto struggles to put it together when they spend usually. Obviously, I'm just joshing, but Yeah, I think Colodi, I would call it a rough game personally. I think he bobbled more balls than he normally would. Call that first game jitters. I don't know. I think he did his job though, and like that's what I would ask at the end of the day. I do think a lot of the times that Colodi struggled, it was because the defense struggled. I wouldn't necessarily blame him straight up. I think there's one bobble in particular though, where maybe you just try to get that thing out of there as much as possible instead of trying to handle it, that we can all remember. But
Well,
I think
it the was one that resulted in the Etienne goal.
Yeah, the Etienne goal. Shout out to Etienne. I actually forgot he was
with
Toronto.
No, seriously.
I thought he was the next big thing in at Red Bull, and that didn't quite work out apparently. So shout out to him. I think he's with the Haitian national team this World Cup. So shout out to him. That's going to be dope.
Well, and speaking of Haitians, I actually thought Dietzen looked pretty good when he came in.
He did.
Or at least he brought in a spark, at least.
He is strongly left-footed. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, except for the one shot.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Bit of
but
no,
go ahead.
He was cutting and doing it, so that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm really concerned about the defense, but I think we all were going into it, right? Like we talked about. I thought Herman Johansson was the real deal going up front. I liked that he was ready to throw hands a couple of times already, which is really exciting. But his over-the-top speed was really fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. I can't speak to his defensive work rate. I don't really remember seeing him do much on defense, but it's hard to tell from the section. You know what I mean?
I also don't think that was his job. I think his job was to get forward, and I think the plan was to have the sixes kind of pull back. And
now, I think that's true to an extent, but at the same time, when you're running the 5 back, you do expect it to shift a little bit left and right with the wing back.
So I will say this from my perch, they were attacking Bernie, and I feel like that's going to be game plan.
I think you're absolutely right.
Most teams. That said, the goal did come from Johansson's side. Okay. Everybody had shifted over. Osaze doubled up. Shaq was supposed to come over. He over pursued. Didn't tried to stick out a back leg to try to top the ball. It didn't work, and
he wound up on his ass.
Yeah,
one on one with the goalkeeper. So I will say, as Colodi again, I'm not a big Colodi fan here, but apparently people hate me for it. He's just showing me everything I expected. Though I did like his attempt to be aerially dominant, even though he fell over a couple of times. He's willing to go up there and mix it up with the big boys. And Zimmerman is a big boy, so
he's very much. He's doing the who's the big Bayern keeper? I can't remember his name. But very much like the sweeper keeper, like come in, go heavy, like bully.
Punching saves too. Yeah, there were a couple really big punching saves, which is when you're a guy who's a little undersized, that's kind of how you kind of make up for it. Is you're not able to get fingertips to it, but you can get some explosive power out of it and just parry it away like that.
Okay. I think Kappas and Farrington were the unspoken really good duo this game. Yes, obviously MUSA and Farrington were phenomenal, but there was a connection between Kappas and Farrington that I feel like I didn't see last year. It seemed like they were willing a lot of attacks together. Obviously, Farrington being the point of it, but seemed like some really just nose to the grindstone moments that they had in midfield together that were enjoyable.
Yes, I wanna give him credit for that, but then I run into my major flaw here. Now, MUSA scored 2 goals, so I can't really say much. But after he scored his first goal, he basically played where Kappas was supposed to be. He was playing right around midfield the entire time.
That's classic FC Dallas now, isn't it?
What's funny is that when Farrington scored, they announced it as unassisted, and I'm like, did you not see the perfectly weighted ball that MUSA tapped over the? I'm unassisted. I'm confused.
Look, we talk about the touch of class. We know MUSA's got it. So
yeah, MUSA is by far the best player on this team by leaps.
But yeah, what is it with this club and like Nines dropping way back? It's crazy.
I think it's a frustration of not having a 10 type player that
maybe you're right. Yeah, well, because we know Kappas isn't that creative, so
for sure. I will say his movement was better. My frustration with Kappas last year is that he was doing a lot of walking. This game, he was moving around. He was covering for Kayik, who was allowed to basically run wherever he wanted to. I love the energy Kayik is having there. If we can get that controlled, that would be better. Romero is doing what he needs to. He's not running as much. He's not covering as much ground, even though I'm sure the stats might not actually cover that. He's not covering as much ground, in my opinion, but he's covering space well, which I think is his job.
I think he had quietly a really good game, like a Valderrama thing where like he had his area and he did his work there. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
no, for sure. I don't have a problem with it. The problem is he's 34. How long
Right.
can he keep this up?
Right.
Before we get in the lineup, guys, and you tell me what you think about the lineup, let's run around some stats here. So here are the possession stats, 45%, which I guess we're not a possession team. I don't think that's Quill's MO here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Total shots. I don't know what big chances are, but we only had 2 and we scored 3 times. That's weird. How does that work out?
Yeah, right.
So yeah, let me scroll down here further.
I think big chances was like shots with an XG over a certain amount. I don't know the exact figure though. It's a weird number. My voice is still hoarse, by the way. I'm like still.
Oh, yeah, it's not
What do we
just
got
you.
here?
For sure. So we got shots, total shots, 13 us, 12 them. Shots on target. Oh, we're 3 for 3. That's pretty. Is that good or bad? I'm confused.
Yeah, that you can debate that, right? Efficiency is cool, but
yeah, 13 total shots, but apparently only 3 of them were on target.
Yeah, they
2 big
talked about
chances.
that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can finish going through the stats. I'll mention.
Yeah. One big chance missed. I'm trying to remember what that was. I'm sure it'll come to me here in a second. Accuracy 79%, 82% Toronto. 80ish%, I guess, is solid work. Fouls committed, 18 us, 11 Toronto. Corners, only 3 corner kicks. So on those 13 shots, only 3 of them were deflected off for a corner. So obviously
a lot of those corners for Toronto also came at the end when they were pushing hard, right?
Yeah. So how is this different? So we had the total stats, and then we have shot. It said shots down here 13, but 4 on target. Okay, so FootMob is not getting their information completely correct.
No, FootMob has been terrible. I've been using
yeah.
SofaScore a little bit this year.
Okay, so let's review the goal
for Trinity.
Yes.
Let's review the goals here as I remember them. Number 1, Osaze from the defensive line, throwing down at Etienne, running up the field, getting a deflection off a defender, passing it directly to MUSA, who had it back to goal, had to do a quick turn, and there was almost where Farrington got in the way of MUSA there. I don't know what it was. Maybe MUSA should have laid that off of Farrington. Farrington, they were both almost swinging for the same ball there is my what I'm trying to say there. But MUSA, quick turnaround, quick feet, got the goal. Second goal for us, Farrington over the top, defender misplays the ball, it bounces. Farrington does what he does, the cutback, defender slides.
Really good cutback.
Nowhere. Yeah. No, great cutback.
Yeah.
Rumor has it Walker Zimmerman is still sliding right now.
Still sliding right now. That's why we keep the field wet for those. He slid, wrong-footed the goalkeeper who could not decide whether to go left or right in the corner. And third goal for us.
On the second goal, is that the one that got deflected a little bit?
That was the first one.
Went. The first one got deflected a little bit. Okay. The second one, over the top, defender, not Walker, the other center back, misplayed the ball, which he actually misplayed the ball with. I know what the missed opportunity was. It was the wide open run with Bernie, where it was him, straight shot, and then no, that was Dietzen. Sorry, Dietzen. I thought Dietzen was faster because that's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. If he had,
yes, that was a left-footed shot that just kind of.
Yes, that he either ran out of steam or whatever it was. So that was a missed opportunity. Third goal, Farrington tried to cross it, deflected back to him. Then he crosses it again. MUSA, near post, beautiful header, does what he was supposed to do. Do we want to go over Toronto's goals or not important?
I mean, I think it's worth mentioning because these defensive woes are going to creep up probably a few times.
Yeah, so defensive woes. The reason you're getting the audio version of these goals is because I'm trying to figure out a way to get the visual without being copywritten. Defender, Toronto, like I said, they were attacking Bernie the whole time this game, as far as I can remember watching from up top. But on this side, it was from the left side. So Osaze, Dietzen was far upfield. Osaze went to help, misplayed the ball. Shaq moved over, misplayed the space. Beautiful ball, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper at this level. To be honest, at any level,
it was a great pass.
Yes.
I have trouble blaming Shaq more for falling on that one. Like, it was a great pass.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Second goal, that's a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Shot from outside the box. Colodi tried to stop it in front of him. I think we all agree, like, the goalkeeping rule is if you can't control it, parry it away from goal. But Etienne was in the right spot, did the right thing because he could have easily kicked it right into Kalodi, but got the right, the chip right over him, and it was 2. So those were the goals. Anything you want to mention on those before we move on?
No, it's still obvious to me that Osaze feels like he's got to cover for people.
Yes.
Which is not a great recipe for a successful defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say I think one of my favorite highlights of the night, especially after watching the game back, was on that Farrington goal after Zimmerman slid halfway across the universe there. Farrington turned to MUSA, looked at MUSA, pointed at Zimmerman, and laughed at him. It was pretty funny. It was
mean.
It was just kind of a great celebration. So if you get a chance to go check that back, it was pretty cool.
That being said, it was nice to see Walker Zimmerman again, as always.
Yeah. No, Walker's,
we have good memories.
Oh, for sure. The penalty kick against, was that Portland? Yeah,
it was Seattle or Portland. I don't remember which.
Yeah, for sure.
2016,
that was,
right? Yeah,
2016. That was our year right there. Before we move on to cover recap of MLS as a league, what are your guys thinking of this lineup, and do we make any changes for Game 2 against Nashville?
Man, the first thing I thought about was Benjamin looks like the real deal to me. Obviously, there's still stuff to mesh with the team, but like he looked legit to me when he came in, and it's hard to judge a substitute that late too. But I liked what I saw from him. I liked the speed, the bursts, and I thought he had pretty good control over the ball.
I think he won like 4 or 5 or 5 of 6 of his aerials too.
Yeah, again, it's hard to judge on a substitution that late, but I thought he showed out, and I'd like to see more of him. I think
you mean the guy who in the 90th minute we're giving him a score?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, him and Dietzen were the only subs I really noticed, so that's just kind of where I'm at. I don't know, man. Bernie gave me more of Bernie. Don't feel like I saw any improvement so far. Granted, it's game 1, but at some point I'm running someone else out there if I have a choice.
I see a lot of the same attitude, I think, from Bernie and Kayik. There's a lot of like, I want to contribute, but also I want to be that guy. And it's hard to be that guy when you're not that guy, right? There's a certain role into playing your part and not having to play the hero. I get that these guys are all competing for spots and they all want to, be in the spotlight and kind of be seen but you can't be the hero every game. Sometimes being the hero is just playing your position, staying in your lane and doing your job.
I mean, if that's his thought, then Bernie did his job.
I don't think so. I think there were a couple spots where take on a little bit too much and did the Bernie thing where he kind of looked like he was on roller skates. There was one right at the end of the first half in stoppage time where he gave up a ball that Shaq came back and covered really well on. And so I think it was like my notes say 45 plus 4. If you get to check that out, there Bernie basically gave up a pass to an attacker that was right in front of him and didn't have it. If it wasn't for Shaq covering on the back end, there would be nothing there. So they might have given up a goal going into the half.
Yeah, I didn't think Bernie had a bad game per se.
He had bad moments though.
He doesn't execute.
I mean,
but yeah, bad moments like brain shuts off kind of shit.
If we want to talk about bad moments, the 2 assists that Farrington missed and he kicked the ball directly into a defender, like those kind of bad moments.
That's fine with me if you get.
I don't know if those were assists or shots.
Yeah, if you get an assist goal, I don't care.
What I'm saying is there were opportunities for him to. There was one time MUSA looked at him like he was going to punch him in the face. Like, what are you doing? He literally kicked the ball directly into Zimmerman, and I'm like.
I mean, MUSA did the same to Kayik when Kayik went for that bicycle kick early on too.
I forgot about that.
I thought it almost went in. That was beautiful.
It was. He was just, he was credit to Kayik. That was close, but when your striker is there in front of you, maybe let him take that shot. I don't know.
Hey, there's plenty of stuff to polish here. I know that on the I know that on the Teams podcast, the FC Dallas agenda, they were talking about like, you missed a preseason game, but I can't chalk it to just that. But one game shouldn't be enough to like make your team look polished or not, in my opinion. So. Give it a couple of weeks and see. I think Nashville is going to be a really hard game.
Nashville is going to be tough, man. Nashville's going to be really tough.
All right. Yeah, Nashville's going to be tough. So I look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday. Or we might be splitting duty because Dallas Trinity is playing the 45 dart. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, they will be.
Yeah, 45 showdown. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yes,
a point of order, if you're going to be up in Frisco, DBG will not be tailgating this weekend. Our pregame festivities will be taking place at Rowertown. Come on over. You get $2 off pints. And we're going to be having a good time over there, and we're going to be marching in from there. The march from there, we marched from there this week as well, and met the rest of the supporters in front of the stadium, and it was kind of cool. Some great photos and videos coming out of that soon. But please come up to Rowertown, come out, have a beer with us, hang out, and we're going to be I might be up there early catching some European games in the morning too, if you guys are around. So give us a shout.
Sounds about right. All right, we're going to cover MLS opening weekend as a whole. The Walmart's Friday Night Lights, or whatever the fuck they're calling it, LAFC versus Inter Miami, 75,000 in the Coliseum. The biggest news coming out of this is Messi following the referees back into the locker room.
Yeah, how crazy you got to be for Luis Suarez to be the guy trying to get you to cool down.
That's an absolute fact.
Luis Suarez, known voice of reason.
Literally the only player no, there's two, but one of the only players I've ever hated is the guy talking you down. Like, what?
That's a fact. Montreal not off to a great start. I looked at their roster, and it's going to be an absolute rough year.
It's a mess. Is it worse than last year? And last year was bad? Like,
yes, I think it might. The fact that we took their best goalkeeper probably.
Oh, that's horrifying, man.
Yeah, I mean, any other scores stand out to you here? The only game I really watched in full was the LA game. I caught highlights of San Diego. And that's about it. Actually, no, I did watch the LA New York game.
Yeah, look, I think we thought LAFC was legit going into it, and I think they'll probably keep going. San Diego's not surprising, but Montreal's a joke. I can't take too much out of it. Cincinnati, I think we all believe has a decent outside chance to win some stuff this year. So that's par for the course on that one. LA Galaxy holding on against New York was actually kind of a fun watch with that red card and everything. The Seattle-Colorado game was a lot more fun than I expected. I forgot that Dante Seeley went to Colorado. So you had Paul Arriola, Jesus Ferreira, Dante Seeley, Reggie Cannon all in that game. It was weird. All just, XFCD stuff. I don't think Colorado's got a good team to put up any fights today, but they had some bright spots, which is kind of fun to see. I think Seattle actually looked pretty decent. I think they blew some chances and could have been more. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of standout stuff.
I will say the Nashville Revs game was really interesting, especially considering that's who's coming to town next week. Not to put too much on Nashville, but I think Hani Mukhtar and Sam Surridge are going to be a problem in this league this year.
Yeah, look, their front three are going to be a nightmare for anyone.
Yeah, I'm going to temper this by saying that it's the Revs. When we talk to other supporters and stuff like that, and they complain about FC Dallas, I always tell them it could be worse. We could be the Revs, or we could be the Revs, or we could be DC. So it could always be worse. But I will say that they looked really good and controlled a good chunk of possession, and there really wasn't much of a game there. 4-1 was probably a favorable score for the Revs.
Yeah. Their attack's golden. I think at the end of the day, as long as their defense doesn't let in 4 goals, they're gonna have a decent season.
Yeah, I mean Porter out.
By the way, don't forget Espinoza as well in that line.
Yep,
for sure.
Yeah, sorry, Marcus, you were saying.
No, you're good. Also, any FC Dallas fan that says you could be DC, yes, you could have 5 MLS Cups. That's terrible. How could that happen? Anyway. But yeah, shout out to the league. Big weekend. Apparently, I actually forgot about this, but when all the sports leagues got invited to the White House to ask how they were going to commemorate America's 250, I forgot Garber went. So I saw the patches on all the jerseys.
I forgot about the patches. Yeah.
So
they look terrible.
Yeah, I didn't even notice them until I watched it back this morning.
Yeah, so look forward to that. I'm sure 4th of July will be.
It's just for game 1.
Is it just for game 1?
Yeah,
well, 4th of July will be the big.
There is no games on 4th of July.
Oh, World Cup. Oh,
yeah.
That's gonna.
Yeah.
Yes, looking forward to that. Anyway, so
Marcus is just mad Jamaica still hasn't qualified. That's all.
We beat Martinique as a warm up game. Like that's a real warm up. Anyway, we're playing Martinique of all fucking places. Anyway, shout out to MLS opening day. Shout out to all the new corporate sponsors. Walmart this, Apple this. It was. Yeah, I'm looking forward to MLS finally going to NASCAR Liga MX and having sponsors.
12 logos on the jersey.
Absolutely.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's jump in here, gentlemen. We're going to head south to not to the Cotton Bowl. They were away at Carolina. We actually watched this at the tailgate once we got the Wi-Fi situated. This was, we got a guy who did the write-up here for Third Degree, the podcast, thirddegree.net. Check that out. Dennis McCown. What are your thoughts on this game?
So I did have Sydney Studer as my one of my 3 players to watch, Sydney Studer and Jill Aguilera. But Studer was supposed to be my defensive player to watch for Carolina, and she scored her first 2 goals of the season and her first career brace, both on headed corner kicks in the 25th and 63rd minute. Dallas was just not clinical here. They possessed the ball for 70% of the game, but really spent a good chunk of that possession on their back foot in their own defending third, rather. Not really much to talk about here from the Dallas side. They possessed the ball well. They had a couple of good shots. There was one that went in the back of the net early from Leximissimo that was called offside, but it was a great no-look pass from Samar Guidry. It just didn't go their way, unfortunately. That snapped a 6-game winning streak or a 6-game undefeated streak for Dallas, and snapped a 3-game losing streak for Carolina. Just a lot of discipline issues in this game too. I think the referee on both sides was a little bit too much at the end here. There were 2 red cards given in the last 10 minutes of this game, and they were both second yellows, and I don't think either of them were really warranted. It was just last 15 rather. I just don't really. I don't think this was a good indication of either team's performance. I think this was this might have been a Dallas team that was a little cold, even though both teams haven't played in a couple of weeks. Dallas hasn't played at home in some time. The Lexington game at Lexington was postponed. The one thing I'm really excited to see, and I think one cool takeaway from this game, was Bethany Boss came in the 55th for Allie Thornton. Bethany is going to be great. When she came in, the energy really picked up a little bit. She laid out for that headed goal that rang off the post and almost got back on the rebound there, just kind of out of position. And then a minute or 2 later, she came back up the left side and sailed one just left. There was an opportunity for Chioma Obagago at one point where she had pretty much one-on-one with the keeper, and the keeper was out of position. She just missed the shot a little bit. That could have changed the goal a little bit. But not a good look for Nathan Thackeray going back to Carolina. His first trip back to the Carolinas since leaving the North Carolina Courage, and he couldn't get the win. But they are back this week. They'll be at home for the I-45 showdown. And what do we think of Houston?
We like Houston. Never mind.
You guys left me hanging there. Hubert's on mute, and he left me hanging there.
Fuck you.
Shit. Sorry, I was. Sorry. I give some context for me today. I have a lot of family in Mexico, so I'm following a lot of the stories in Mexico right now. So I'm a little distracted. I apologize.
Thoughts and prayers to you and yours.
Also,
there.
My team's game got postponed yesterday for fear of narco violence. So little distracted. I apologize. But I think Dallas Trinity looked a little stale. Honestly, a little flat on the attack. It felt like some of and I hate to make the comparison because I definitely don't think Thackeray's this guy, but it felt like Nico a little bit, where it was trying to possess the ball for a while and then just no creativity up front. Which is
I need
shocking
to see
watching the last couple of games.
I need to see more out of the Thornton Missimo combination up there. That 9-10 combination.
I'm really concerned about Allie. I don't know if it's service or if it's chemistry or something, but there's something not clicking there that's weird.
Hey, big ups to Fatmob there, who have not updated Bethany Boss's name yet.
Oh, dude, they're terrible with the Super League.
Do they still have Amber listed as Brooks?
Look, they had Nkosi Tafari as Burgess for like 3 seasons.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah. Get your shit together, Fatmob.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I I don't know. I'll give it another game to see how I'm really feeling overall. But after the last 2 games, I can give Thackeray a little bit of slack. Your first away game, I don't know. We'll see.
Second away game. They were at Fort Lauderdale when they beat the crap out of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that was an away game. All right. Well, he's got enough goodwill for me right now, at least. If we're going to go to talk league stuff, obviously, I think
before that, just interesting. Just a quick note about the friendly coming up. Leximissimo and Celie Strawn will not be around for the I-45 showdown, as they were both called at the national team camp. Lexi's going with the U23s that'll be playing in Portugal, in South Florida, and Celie will be playing with the U19s in Portugal.
I mean, I kind of would rather they get the time there personally. So,
yeah, I think for Lexi especially, I think it's going to be good for her to get some time with the national team and maybe just kind of get a different vision, different tactic there. But important things for both of them. Emma Hayes really leans on that U23 camp. There were several U23 players last year that came up into those end of year rosters. So definitely big opportunity for both of them. And then everyone on that U19 team is going to be eligible for the U20 World Cup next year. So awesome. There is a good or later this year rather. It's a good opportunity, and we might see Celie back at the U20 World Cup.
Yeah, look, I think Lexi's still getting her legs back, and I think that's probably contributing to a little bit of her game. I do think I see her improving most games. This is just one where she just didn't seem like she could crack the defense.
Several other call-ups from around the league, including Ashlyn Puerta. That is going to be a big name, and that's going to be a name to watch. I would keep an eye on Puerta for a little while. She is going to be a big name around that national team.
Is Lexi eligible for U19?
No, Lexi's with the U23s.
Got it. Okay,
yeah. Lexi's up there with the U23s.
When is the U19 tournament?
The World Cup?
Yes.
It's the U20 World Cup. It's later on.
Oh, U20, not U19.
Yeah, it's later on this year.
Okay. I didn't know if we knew the dates. I can't remember. I'll look it up and we can mention it a little bit.
If
you want to talk about the results around the league, there's a big one that we need to talk about.
Yeah, I just want to shout out the rest of the ladies who got senior team call-ups for their individual countries. None for USW, but others, Puerto Rican, one Jamaican player who I didn't know played in Tampa Bay, so I got to go check that out. But yep, senior USO Gainsborough Super League producing and help develop multiple national teams around the country. So shout out to them.
It'll be September is the U20 World Cup. The U20 Women's World Cup is in Poland this year.
Gotcha.
Oh, nice. Poland.
Did anybody watch any of the other games this weekend? I know it was a hard weekend to try to catch games.
So I had a chance to really catch up, but I did see some of the Jacksonville highlights.
Yes, I went and rewatched the Lexington game. I think it's a two horse race, no pun intended here.
I mean, it definitely feels that way.
Yeah, between Jacksonville and Lexington. Jacksonville brought some serious horsepower. I mean, luckily, I don't want them to end up with a Casey Current kind of thing where you run away with first place and then choke in the first. You only need to win 2 games in this particular playoff to win the whole thing. So,
right.
Just keep in mind, out of these top 4 teams, we played 1 game less than Lexington and 2 games fewer than Carolina and Sporting Jacks. So there's games to be made up here as well. Again, I continue to say how this league seems to have shot itself in the foot a little bit with this kind of weird scheduling, with the uneven number of teams and teams being off every other week and then traveling for long periods of time. I think it's going to be a detriment to this league if they don't get this sorted out soon. I think they really need to get on the same page.
Unfortunately, I don't foresee that happening. We just breaking news, not really breaking. It broke Saturday night. Georgia Tormenta, 2 weeks out from the season beginning, decided that the owner decided he no longer financially wants to fund the team. So they will not be playing this season. So instead of 18 teams, there will be 17 teams in USL League One. So we've got some things to work out there at Division 3 or whatever we're calling it here.
This is really starting to give me concerns about the USL as a whole. We don't have to get into it today. We can get into this when we have a little bit more time in the next couple of weeks. But the league does have to step in here at a certain point and really just like take charge here. How many more clubs are we going to allow to just fold or go away after? I mean, Tormenta was in the Open Cup last year and had a good run in Open Cup, right? And now they're gone, right? So what is the league?
This is Tormenta's 10th year, so it's not like they're fly by night. It's
right. So what's going on? Is it like why are we folding to try and go higher up again next year, or like
no? This is an instance of the owner having financial difficulties. Like much of the people in this economy, it's feast or famine, and he is on the famine portion of it.
We did know there was some slight issues last year, right? Didn't we talk about this, Marcus?
Well, yes. So funny enough,
it was a little shaky beforehand. Just the timing of it is the problem.
Yeah, I thought he was one of the owners that was going to give up last season.
Yeah.
So the fact that he tried to go for it but waited 2 weeks beforehand, I've been on Reddit saying that hey, they needed the league this close to the season. What needs to happen here is the league needs to do what they did with North Colorado Hailstorm. Now that was mid-season, but at this point, you've already had schedules. People are booking trips to go play games. And players are signed, rosters are filled, right? One of the big signings Tormenta signed was a guy who just left North Carolina, so he's going through a little bit of whiplash. Now he's a really good player; he'll find a home. Someone will sign him tomorrow, but he shouldn't have to move. He was in Gary, North Carolina, then he moved to South Georgia, and now who knows where he'll end up.
Yeah, right. And I think you and I, Mark, is talking about this. Like our concerns really for the players more than anything at that point, right? Like,
yes,
yeah, figuring that stuff out.
So this is not great. And like Dennis said, I'm gonna re-up right before the season starts, which I think is not next week, but the following week. I'm gonna do a whole USL covering players. I almost had good news to report. I think more than 75% of the the Texoma guys found jobs. Which was I expected, seeing that 5 teams were added to USL League One. More than half of the North Carolina guys found jobs. So I was like, hey, at least the team may have folded, but the guys. That's what I'm saying. No, North Carolina was a solid team. They made it to the playoffs, so obviously those players were good enough. We can discuss this at a later date. About profit sharing, etc. But we will discuss that in about 2 weeks. So follow us for that. But yes. Dallas still third, and as Dennis mentioned, 2 games in hand. There is an opportunity here for us to get a home game and move up to at least second. I don't foresee that happening with the defensive structure of Lexington, and I don't see us catching Sporting.
I will say those top 2 teams, deservedly top 2 teams. Like they've looked like powerhouses.
Yes, for sure. So yeah,
it's wild that we are in the race, is what I'm saying, I guess.
For sure. Well, when you think about it, like the Florida teams besides Jacksonville, Fort Lauderdale was trash, just fired their coach. Tampa Bay, I don't know what's going on there for sure. Story. But all things being equal,
what? I would take a championship and then the worst season of my life, though.
Oh, for FC Dallas? Oh,
yeah, I would take that.
Left arm, MLS
I'll
Cup,
take it for Trinity too. Just give me one.
I mean, DC is not even the best women's club in their own stadium, so
for sure. Oh, though news came out.
But at least they're not the worst team in their stadium.
Yes, news came out. Apparently, Carmelo Anthony is joining, I think, the real estate portion of a Baltimore team that would bring an MLS Next Pro team to Baltimore. And DC Power would move to that stadium. So that would actually be pretty awesome. But that's a long-term 28-29 discussion there.
Is DC Power playing at Audi? Where are they playing?
Yep. All three DC teams play at Audi.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
I mean, it's the only solid stadium in the region.
Fair enough.
Shout out to them. Shout out to get your Peacock subscriptions. This league is worth watching. Get out to a game. I know weather's been an issue. Out east, they're having another winter storm.
Yeah.
So it's New York just got rid of the snow and ice.
But come out to the Cotton Bowl, man. We're
New York's under about 3 feet of snow right now.
Jeez,
that's ridiculous. So come out to the Cotton Bowl.
Snowing about 6 inches of cat and dog poop, apparently.
That's for sure. But yeah, come out to the Cotton Bowl. Dallas Bear Guardians will try to go out to as many games that do not conflict with our commitment.
I will be at every competitive home game.
For sure,
Yeah,
for
I,
sure.
I think other than this friendly, I don't think there are any other conflicts the rest of the season. There may be some away games that butt up against our home games and vice versa, but I think for the most part the schedule is very much open for us to be able to hit all events. So
But
we'll
man,
see
even
you
if
out there.
we're not there, the Unstabled are there. They've built a really
Yes.
great base. They pregame and they postgame every game. Like, yeah, go enjoy it, man.
For sure, for sure. All right, before we get out of here, gentlemen, because Dennis has other pod requirements that he needs to get to.
I also have a
One of the
job too, one that pays the
yeah,
bills.
that. Well, trust me, if not for that, we would be a lot less likely to get this done.
Facts.
One of the other new teams which I plan, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to their home opener, stadium opener in Corpus Christi. We're gonna do a quick kit talk. They released their away kit. It's another Capelli, so it has the squares on the shoulders, which I'm not a fan of, but I'm not mad at this. Here is their away kits here down in Corpus Christi.
Okay.
So we have
I dig
the stripes with the sharks being in the stripes.
That's cool.
It's pretty basic, but the sharks add a little bit of flair. And the sponsor, I think the sponsor will be the owner's company. He owns a pediatric company, and it's been their sponsor for their entire existence. That's how a lot of owners justify paying for the team, is that you use your marketing budget as the marketing budget for this.
Well,
so,
this
what
is
are your
local
thoughts?
soccer, right? That's how it works. You took a very boring ass design, and you made it interesting with the sharks. I think it's pretty cool. I don't buy white jerseys, but that's because I'm a slob. I think it looks pretty good. I think the squares look fine on this one because I'm with you, Marcus. I don't care for the squares either. I have not seen this crest yet. Why did they put a Puerto Rican crest in Corpus Christi?
So funny enough, the club is 7 years old.
By the way, I actually like the crest. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So when they decided to go professional, they were going to redesign it.
Yeah.
But all the fans that they had were like, no, this is what we had. This is what we should
catering to the actual fans that are there. No, the crest very much looks like it's 10 years old, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just of its time, right?
Yeah, this has got a very 90s look to it almost.
Yeah, not like
90s, early 2000s look.
Yeah, not like
Fort Wayne that just swatched up everything. Like, we didn't exist before this year. Which is not true. They play into their history. But yeah, Dennis, what are your thoughts on this?
I'll yield. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, this is great. This is exactly what a lower league kit should look like. This is awesome. It's local. It's fun. It's not too much over the top. It's the crest is a bit of a throwback. I would have gone for an actual collar, not the faux collar, but that's just me. I love a good collar jersey.
That.
All right, fine. I love a good collar jersey. I don't know what to tell you. I love a collar jersey. I'm not a player. I'm a fan. I'm the one who buys them. I don't like I don't.
But they're the ones who sell them.
Yeah, that's fine. I get it. But whatever. I would have gone with a real collar if I was designing this. I'm just saying. But the shark is really cool. This is badass. I love it. One more note on Kit Talk, Marcus. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but Denver Summit released their kit today. We don't need to talk about it too much. It's a cool looking kit. It's plain. It's a plain green kit. No sponsor has been announced yet. They don't have a sponsor listed on the front of it. But these people are out of their goddamn minds. They want $230 for a screen printed authentic kit.
Jeez, really? Wow.
$230 for a screen printed authentic Denver Summit inaugural kit.
Is this Adidas? What is
on a quick cursory look? Corpus Christi FC. I've not looked at their kit history, but on a quick cursory Google, looks like they're kind of going with a hoop thing historically. So it's cool that they stuck with that. Yeah.
Well, hoop or pinstripe. So they haven't done the home yet, but I think they'll stick to their last year's home. But yeah, let me bring up this Denver. Wow. Okay. Anyways,
$230 United States dollars.
It is Nike, so I will give them a pass. But this is the kit that they released. This is not really a kit. This is just off the shelf at Nike.
Right. Where are you? You've got to be out of your goddamn mind. You want $230 for this kit. I'm sorry. You can get an entire season ticket for the Denver Summit for less than $230.
I mean, they're doing it right. 40,000+ selling out. Well, not selling out, but filling the lower
That's
bowl.
just far from a sellout.
yeah, selling out the lower bowl at Mile High, right? That's where they're playing.
Look, I love those numbers, but we've seen teams blow up one game and then just the rest of the season. So I'm going to wait till the next few games. But I mean, at minimum, the fact that you have enough interest to sell that many is incredible. Maybe they're wanting to capitalize on that with this kit. I don't know. I don't blame them for trying to make money, but that is a crazy price.
Which is funny because their home stadium that they're building, which they still haven't gotten funding for, only fits 14. So
are they they're building that like in actual Denver too, right? Downtown?
Yes, it's in one outskirts. But yeah, close enough. Yeah. But yeah, no, to me, this is this off the shelf, and I don't get it for $200. Also, what I find funny about them not having a sponsor yet is that guess who has a sponsor and that won't exist for 2 years? The NWSL team in Atlanta is front shirt sponsor is Aflac, and they don't exist for the next 2 years.
You know what, man? I don't know what it is about that owner, though. That dude always seems to find a way. So
I mean, Arthur Blank loves the game. Loves the game.
There is a lot of Fortune 500 companies in Atlanta. So in Dallas too, which is why I never understood why the Hunts have such an issue finding sponsors.
Yeah, right.
But that's because we're up in Frisco.
So are
all the companies. They're on 75 in Plano.
And all right, we'll get AT&T now.
yeah. I know Dennis got to go. So just final thoughts about 24-hour and your whether or not this game changed your opinion on the season. Hubert, go 60 seconds.
I don't think it changed my opinion on the season. I think there's plenty of shakiness. The defense still scares me, like we talked about. 24-hour was a huge success, I think, overall. I think people enjoyed it. A lot of new faces, a lot of new memberships. I think the SGs did a really good job of coming together, which I think is the most important part to me. And we didn't even mention the TIFO. The TIFO, I think, went really well. I haven't seen a lot of good images of it, but unfortunately, I think that's just a result of the stadium setup we have now. But thanks to everyone who helped with that. Thanks for everyone who helped 24-hour tailgate. See you at the next one.
Yeah, I clipped up a couple of videos to see if from us like painting it to it being on the floor to it being on the stands, but the angle is weird. So we'll see how it comes out. It's a short that I'm working on. Dennis, same question. 60
Tifo looked absolutely sick on TV. If you get a chance to watch that back, the lighting in the building looked great. Apple TV looked great. The stadium just feels like a bigger atmosphere than last year, and just feels like we're getting better and better every year as far as that goes. And I can't wait for the stadium to be finished and to really be done there. But 24-hour, just echo everything you were just said. It was a massive success. A lot of fun, top to bottom. A couple little structural hiccups that are bound to happen when we're outside in the wind and the elements, right? But I am looking forward to the future of cold weather games. I think as much as it was chilly outside and windy and everything else, I think the atmosphere eventually turned out really well. I think it was great. The atmosphere both in and out of the stadium was great this year to start the season, and I just want to continue to carry that energy. And as far as the club goes, I remain cautiously optimistic, right? You couldn't have asked for better, right? You got 3 points. It wasn't the prettiest 3 points, but we got 3 points at home, and we're going to come back and do it again next week.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to the Moose. Without you, we would be lost. Moose for MVP, first game in. Tailgate was successful. We did great. Thanks again for everyone who came out. Thanks for everyone who helped. Thanks for everyone who enjoyed it and donated. I had multiple people come and find me, and I was like, I'm no longer in charge. Don't ask me any questions. I'm kidding.
Mark's like, I'm just here for the beer.
That's a fact. Can I get my soju, please? Anyways, but no, it was great. The team did what they did. Obviously, I won't be overly critical here in the first couple of games. We're just trying to get our feet, the team and us. We're trying to get the wind beneath our wings back together. But yeah, it was great. Look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday for us versus Nashville, which is when I was expecting to see Walker Zimmerman, but whatever. Yeah, so just do this. Dallas Guardians on everything. Still trying to find a catchphrase for now. Guardians out. Peace.
3 more points.